Thanks very much. So, Mr. George, last time he was live from Greece. This time, I guess, live from Stouffvile Toyota. If you're not familiar with George, watch his videos. If you're not seeing that he's having a lot of fun, you're probably not watching enough of them. But anyway, George, maybe you could talk about how you got into videos. Like, why the video?
I've seen a lot of people prior to me getting into the videos, especially south of the border. And I wanted to take what they were doing and introduce it to a new level. And I love the camera. Put me in front of a camera, put a microphone in front of me, and I'm just like you, or just like yourself or Jeff. You know, I just love to be in front of people and letting them know that where I am, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and having fun doing it. So it's something that's become a routine, and the feedback has been far beyond what I could have ever expected.
So do you like the video that we showcased this morning? For everyone who didn't watch it, obviously you were showcasing a local business.
Yes.
Do you do that a lot? I mean, you have a large connection to your community. I mean, obviously being Greek by background, but is there a lot of community connection there that you get a lot of support from doing those videos?
Yeah, so for example, that specific video, I've done a couple in front of he's the local butcher in Toronto. He's very well known. He's a very good friend of mine. He's been in business for 40 years. I get a lot of good insight from a lot of the older guys that have been in business a long time. These people with zero education, and they got just hard work ethic. And this man's there every day at 6, 7 in the morning, and he's there until 6, 7 at night, every night. And he's a leader. And believe it or not, he gives me energy when I talk to him in the morning. He in Greek, he tells me, "You are absolutely crazy. You're too crazy for me, George." But I mean, he runs. Here's an immigrant who came to this country, 50 years ago. Started off as the butcher, and now he bought his butcher shop, and now he owns the whole building, the whole strip mall. So, I mean, it's that's a staple in Toronto. If you're living in Toronto, especially in the Greek community, everybody knows that butcher.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You had any negative feedback? So haters from your post?
It's funny you say that, because I had a few characters. I'm taking off the jacket, and it's getting a little warm, eh? Yeah, I had one guy specifically a couple days ago kind of, write me back something, and I simply, my reply was, all I'm trying to do is put a smile on people's faces, and it's just that simple. It's very simple. I get feedback from children, parents, people that are struggling. I had another friend of mine I hadn't seen in forever. And one morning I opened up my phone, and his comment to me was, "You know what, George, I opened up your video, and I really needed a smile that day. And I really appreciate what you do." And it was just that simple. So, I mean, whatever the feedback is, even from that one gentleman or from the odd guys that, have negative feedback, I always tell them, and I mean it. I appreciate your feedback. Tell me it. I want to know your feedback. So, part of me wants to jump through the phone and strangle them, but I mean, the logical side and the smart thing to do, because I do appreciate it, is just to say thank you. And it kind of usually stops right there. I had another guy, remember? Again, some comment, he started throwing some stupid comments, and I just, again, I thanked him for the feedback. I took a little poke at him, because I think he was working for Chrysler at the time. And then him and I now communicate more frequently. On a good note, so it's nice. It's nice getting feedback.
So you got to get new haters. You convert them all into fans. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
There's a famous, what is it? I think it's a Winston Churchill quote. You're not doing anything unless people are barking at you. So I thought that was interesting.
Well, in my opinion, any publicity is good publicity. So bad publicity is good publicity too.
So based on doing the videos versus not doing them, what do you feel that impact has been for your business?
Like I said, I've coached hundreds and hundreds of salespeople in the past. And when it was my turn to take control of my own videos. I already had a lot of experience, and the impact, like I said, until you actually do it, it's one thing to train it and coach it and see other people get results. But when I sat down with the dealer principal here and management, and they gave me the full green light from day one, because the owner here has known me for 30 years. So he gave me the full green light, and honest to God, not only I'm overwhelmed at times, the amount of response and the business and the ROI that's been coming out of it. The owner will go to meetings across the country, or he's got these, what do they call the meetings when the dealers get together?
20 groups.
20 groups.
Yeah, like 20 groups. And they'll all ask him. And they'll start posting my videos in front of him and in front of the 20 groups in these performance groups. So it's pretty awesome when you have full confidence from the leader, from the owner of the company. And there was just one video he told me, hey, you got to take this one down. just one, But aside from that, because like I said, I like to have fun, but there's that line too, right?
What does Toyota Canada think?
Oh, Toyota Canada, they love me. They want me to do more. I was actually up at Toyota Canada last week. I did a quick video up there. I haven't really posted yet because I don't know. I liked it, but and I was thought I could do something better. But Toyota Canada, they send me themselves, their friends, their families, their people to buy cars. Just last week, I had 3 referrals from Toyota head office. So yeah, they are fully on board. As a matter of fact, there was one lady who reached out to me. She's in charge of the digital marketing up there, and she wants to do some kind of collaboration. And I said, anytime, any place, I'm all in.
I have another question, and this is really just strictly for me. How do you come up with all the crazy ideas, man? The stuff from Greece, I don't know. I'm just curious. How do you do that?
Well, I know it's funny. Marcos was saying about, he takes 15 minutes to an hour at sometimes to editing and stuff like that. I'm just a one-take wonder. There is no editing. There's no nothing. There's one shot. It's one time. There's no scripts. There's no nothing. It's kind of off the cusp. And, I get this idea, comes to my head. I roll with it and I throw it on real fast. And it's just me being me. And anybody who knows me, they know that's me being me. And like I said, it's just quick, bam, boom, in and out.
I have a question from the audience. Did you find any Toronto Maple Leaf fans in Greece?
We're everywhere. We're everywhere, Leaf fans. We're not happy Leaf fans, but we're everywhere. It's terrible.
Well, I have to tell you something. I took a flight to Toronto one day, and it was on WestJet. And as we land, they do the usual thing, welcome to Toronto. If this is you're visiting, good for you. If this is home, welcome home. And then the flight attendant said over the radio, says, how can you tell? It was April, by the way. How can you tell when it's spring in Toronto? And everybody was quiet. Then she says, the Leafs are out.
Well, I was on a flight going to Greece in August, and I wore my Leaf jersey on the plane. And coincidentally, we made a pit stop in Montreal, and then there was a new flight crew that came in. And you can tell from the moment this one flight guy looked at my jersey, you could tell he had it out for me from the beginning. And it wasn't a pretty flight.